In this video, we'll discuss should children use mobile phones and what are the pros and cons of kids having mobile phones and what are the steps that should be taken by the parents to avoid the use of mobile phones by their children. Okay, the first of all we'll discuss should children use mobile phone. Nowadays, what we can say it is the age of information technology. Okay, and the government has introduced that using information technology or using mobile phones, tablet, computer, children will learn. Okay, and they will have learning experience. So, but it is now it is difficult to say whether the parents should give the smartphones or mobile phones to their parents. Now we'll discuss what are the pros and cons. Okay, pros and cons means merits and demerits. First we'll discuss the merits of kids having mobile phones. Okay, now we have some points. On the basis of some points we'll discuss about it. Now first of all is communication. Okay, the communication. We know that mobile phone is a resource nowadays because it helps in communication. So if the parents give mobile phones to the children, it is very beneficial to them because if the children is staying away from the home, and if a child is has gone to outside the home, then in any emergencies and any point, and the children can contact their parents. Okay, so the communication, while taking the consideration about communication, the smartphone is very necessary. So parents feel safe that parents feel safe. Yes, in emergencies our children can call us because they feel very peace in mind. Okay, so in case of communication, children should use mobile phones. It is the one of the merit. Okay, second thing is safety. When children have mobile phone and he is out of home, and if he feel any unsafe and face any adverse situations, any circumstances, he can call and make any text. Okay, to their parents. That's why it will be the parents will feel safe about the children. Then second is GPS tracking. If the kids have a mobile phones with them, and if he in any remote areas or he or she is unable to contact their parents through the smartphones, the parents can track their children, the location of the children. Okay, so the in case of GPS tracking, the smartphones is very necessary because nowadays if we talk about the before, if you go back some years ago, because children are they are studying nearby schools and colleges, but nowadays that with the advancement of technology, the parents like to send their children to make higher studies and advanced studies. That's why generally the most of the children are staying is far from the house. Okay, so they should have a mobile phone because without mobile phone, how can they contact their parents in emergencies? Okay, next is educational apps. Okay, when we talk about the educational apps, in our smartphone we have a lot of apps. Apps means application. Okay, and the educational apps are very important for the children. They can have a reading ability because when some apps have content. Okay, and the children will learn how to read, so their reading skills will be developed, and they can watch scientific research videos, the videos related to scientific research, inventions, discoveries. Okay, so that's why they can enrich their knowledge, enrich their skills, talent. Okay, so education apps, it is helpful for the students, or you can say helpful for the children, and especially for the school children it will be very beneficial because the researchers and any educationists say that because the children should learn out of the school, because out of the syllabus. So with the mobile phones right now at the present days, to the advancement of to the invention of internet and mobile phone, it makes the knowledge enriched for the students. Okay, so in educational apps in smartphones is very helpful for the students. Second is building responsibility. When a child use mobile phone, and the mobile phones are generally very costly, and we can say it is a valuable item. Okay, if they handle such valuable item, the responsibility will be developed, because they will learn how to handle valuable items carefully. This is the most important. So it is one of the point, that is building responsibility, because it is helpful for the building responsibility for the students. Next, social skills. It's very important. When a child use social media using smartphones like Facebook and WhatsApp, and they contact with their friends, relatives, family members for that, and they can they know how to talk with their friends, how to communicate with their teachers. Okay, so that's why their social skills can be developed by using the smartphones. So if we talk about the pros or merits of using smartphones by the kids, there are numerous benefits around us. Okay, numerous benefits, a lot of merits. Now we'll discuss what are the cons of kids having mobile phones. Cons means demerits. Okay, what are the demerits while a child use mobile phones? The first comes to our mind, that is screen time. Okay, too much of using mobile phones, or we can say too much use of too much spent time on screen, that means on mobile phones. There are a lot of demerits for the children, because it negatively affects their health, physical health, mental well-being. Okay, and you can say intellectual development, a lot of demerits for them. If a child use mobile phones for a long time, definitely it damages physical health, and he will not put in time, and their sleeping pattern will be disrupted. Okay, so that's why their physical health will be affected negatively. Second thing is mental well-being, because we know that the children or kids, they are at the stage of developing their mind. Okay, but at that time, if they use mobile phones a very long time, definitely it will affect their mental well-being. That means the mind will be affected badly. Second thing is their emotional ability, and we can say intellectual capability, because children are the growing stage, because they are very intelligent, we can say they are very intelligent at that time. Okay, and they are very prone to learn a lot of things at that time, and their brain works very sharply. But if that time, at the stage of growing their mind, if they use the mobile phones, the radiations or the light of the mobile phones, definitely it affect their mind. Okay, second is the inappropriate content. This is the most important thing, because we use mobile phones and we have a lot of apps, and if we open the YouTube, that if we open YouTube or Facebook, there are a lot of contents. Some contents may be appropriate and some contents may be inappropriate for the kids. If the inappropriate content is used by the kids, definitely it will be hamper their social skills as well as the mental well-being, because if they consume inappropriate content, their mind will be distracted, and they will feel that they are in an outer world, and they will distract from their family members, even their parents. Okay, so their mind will be disturbed badly, because they will think different things, not like a normal human being. So they should inappropriate content for the kids, it's very dangerous. Okay, we know that. So the parents have the responsibility to how to avoid such kind of contents, and how to keep safe from that contents of the child. Okay, second is social media. We know that social media is a two-edged sword, because it has merits and demerits also. Because what are the merits we have discussed earlier? They can communicate there with friends, relatives, but it has also demerits, because the children are not aware about that the strangers. Okay, they should be away from the strangers, because we know that some strangers comes to social media and really wants to contact with the persons to cheat. Yes, definitely nowadays they want to cheat. Okay, by making any kind of pretense. So that's why social media is very dangerous for the children. Second is distraction. If they use mobile phone, they will be distracted badly, because they are taking meals. If they use mobile phones at the time of taking meals, then definitely it is very dangerous, and they will be distracted. Okay, and they will be distracted from the study. This is the most important. If they use the social media or any inappropriate content that is not related to their study, they will be distracted from the study. Okay. Second is addiction, because we know that our mind is such a tendency that if we do a one thing for a long time, it will be addicted. Okay, the addiction is there will be addiction. So that's why the children are, if the children use mobile phones very a long period, then it will be very he or she will be addicted to the mobile phones. Okay, they will forget all the things like study and parents, family members, friends. Okay, they will forget all the things. Second is mental health. This is most important. Mental health is most important. If every human being must have a well and good mental health, because it is the mind, we can say mind, it helps us to think, we can say to helps in critical thinking. And children are very their mind are very sharp and they have the capability to think critically. If they, at the stage if they are very addicted to mobile phones or social media or smartphones, really it will hamper their mental well-being or mental health. Okay, so these are the demerits of the using mobile phones. Second thing is sleep disruption. Okay, we have discussed it. Sleep disruption, what is the main thing is sleep disruption will be disturbed. Okay, the sleep pattern will be disturbed. This is the most important. So we have discussed the pros and cons of kids having mobile phones. Now we'll discuss, I have some points. What are the tips for parents? Okay, at this stage the parents, what should use or what should steps should be taken by the parents? The one thing is set clear limits. Okay, the parents should set clear limits. That means they should fix the time when the children should use mobile phones. For example, at the meal time or at the sleeping time, they should not be given mobile phones for the use. Okay, so parents should set some limits, clear limits. Okay. Then next, use parental controls. Okay, nowadays some smartphones are available that is fully controlled by their parents, and the parents will track how much time the children spend on mobile phones and in what kind of content they use daily. Okay, so and some smartphones have like no internet connection directly, and they will be they can access only appropriate contents like teaching materials only. Okay, so such kind of smartphones should be given to their kids. Second is check in regularly. Okay, yes, check in regularly. The parents should check actually the what kind of content and what kind of content is now using by kids, and whether it is for appropriate or inappropriate. Second thing is if the children use social media like WhatsApp, Facebook, so they should track, they should check whether to whom or to they are talking daily in WhatsApp, using WhatsApp or Facebook, and to whom they chat with others. Okay, if there are any strangers, so something all of things should be checked by their parents. Second thing is have a phone free zone. Yes, this is the most important, phone free zone. For example, the parents should set a phone free zone, for example in bedroom, because they should have a clear instructions that in during sleeping or at the bedroom you should not use the mobile phones. Okay, such kind of instructions should be communicate to the parents to the children straightly. Okay.